How's it going, guys? My name is Rami, and welcome back to yet another beautiful episode of Arky's Garage. I've been gone for a very hot minute. I've been traveling, I've been working, I've been exploring my development and my career. So there's a lot going on with me personally, but my YouTube channel is still one of my main priorities. I'm back. Forgive me, and I apologize for taking such a long time to get you, my most important people, another video. In today's video, I'm gonna be replacing these spark plugs on my Acura TL. This is gonna be specific to Acuras and Hondas, but it's, again, a universal process. Anyone can do it. You just have to know your own vehicle. So we're gonna get going. I'm gonna give you the tools, I'm gonna show you the tricks, and we're gonna give you a tutorial of how to... There's a Penske truck that just flew by my house. Nice. I'm gonna show you how to change your spark plugs. Are you ready? Cause I am. Let's get after it. The first thing we wanna do is work on a cool engine. So park your car overnight, work on it the next day, give it a couple hours, never work on a hot engine. It's just gonna burn you and it's dangerous. We've unlatched the hood, we're gonna open it up. So a lot of modern cars today have a lot of plastics that cover the engine. The engine's right here, 3.2 liter VTEC V6. Got some little flathead screws right here. Gonna just really simply unlock them. Pop this bad boy off so we can take a look at the engine. To give us more clearance for the back, I'm gonna pop off these plastic shrouds here that just come right off. Give us more clearance out here. A lot of cars these days have a lot of plastics that kind of cover up the engine, so just make sure you find the tabs and you pop off these plastic pieces to get us a better view of the engine so we can work on our spark plugs. All right, let's dive in and get working on this tutorial. All right, let's see what we're working with here. So we have our coils, or ignition coils, 1, 2, 3. These are the front three. This is a V6. So on the back side of the engine, we have, where are they? Can we see them? Oh, there's that blue one, 4, 5, and 6. It's gonna focus for me. Focus, there you go. Okay, there's the 6th one, 5th one, and then the 4th one. So we gotta take these ignition coils off, and then inside the ignition coils, we're gonna have our spark plugs, which we need to replace. There's gonna be some tricks on how we get these coils out, especially in the back here, because if you guys can't really tell, there's not a lot of room to play with to get those back 6 spark plugs out. So I got some tricks that I'll teach you guys. So first things first, we'll just try to get rid of these 3, and then we'll go from there. Before we loosen these nuts, we're gonna unplug the coils, which will make it much easier to take off the coils. We got a 10 millimeter, which will take off this little nut. Boom. Wow, that coil does not look good either. That could be a problem. All right, well, we got this coil out. I'm gonna keep getting these 2 out. What's up, guys? It's Rami in editing mode. I didn't explain this part of the video very much, but that last coil in the front, you can't take it out because the coolant reservoir is in the way. So right now I am unscrewing the coolant reservoir housing. It's a 10 millimeter bolt behind the extra reservoir. Once you unscrew the 10 millimeter bolt, there's a little bracket that it comes on, and then you just take out that plastic housing as I'm doing right now in the video. So that's the only way you can take out the 3rd coil in the front, is to remove that housing. And just like that, we can remove the coil. Super simple. Okay, so just to recap, we took the 3 ignition coils in the front of the motor. To get to the 3rd ignition coil, we had to remove the reservoir for the coolant. Now, we're gonna do the same thing, but on the back side. So, first thing we'll do, unclip these. We're gonna unclip the coils. All right, got that bad boy out. All right, I got the most clearance for. All right, so just to recap, the 3rd one is kind of hard to get off, but we have to unplug these coils. All 3 of them are unplugged. Now, same thing over here. We're gonna use our 10 millimeter. Where is it? We can use our 10mm to take that one off, and that one off. I'll try my best to give you guys good visuals here with the camera, but there's not a lot of clearance to play with back here. A lot of people would remove this bar right here, but I don't really have impact tools, so I really can't get this bad boy off. We're just gonna have to work with the clearance that we have back here. But again, try to give you some good camera angles, but we're gonna remove these 3 coils so we can get to the spark plugs. Look at that, not too bad. Got the nut. Come back in here, pull straight out the coil. Fish it out. Good, got our first coil. Bada bing, bada bang. Got the second one out. Not too bad in the back. All right, and our last one from the rear. I'm really sorry, guys. I wish I could give you guys better camera angles. It's just really hard to even work back here with the clearance issues. Just try your best, take it slow. Don't hurt yourself. You should be wearing gloves, as I should be, but you know, haven't gotten there yet. Haven't gotten that fancy with it. All right. Woo. Sorry guys, a little off camera. Just, it's not easy getting this one out. It's just, again, the clearance issues are always annoying. We'll call them annoying. Now my fingers are in the way. Boom! Houston, we have lift off. There's another spark plug in there. There's a spark plug in there. Voila, that was the last one giving me some hard time. So for anyone out there who's gonna do this on their V6 Honda or Acura, the back 3 are kind of a pain. It's doable, 100% doable. Even if you have a V6, you know, a Ford, a Chevy, a GMC, they're gonna have some type of configuration where the front 3 are easy to get to, and the back 3 have more difficulty. Again, it's just some clearance issues. If we can take out this bar, which I can't, I don't have impact tools, it would help, but we don't, so we just gotta manage a little bit. You get a little dirty, but hey, what's a little dirty when you're saving hundreds of dollars? All right, so to get out our spark plug, we have our 5/8 socket. We have 2 3-inch extensions. If you want, you can use a 6-inch extension. 3 and 3 equals 6. 1 times 6 equals 6. You have to get a reach of at least 6 inches to get into the spark plug socket. So we'll just get her in there. Counterclockwise. Boom. So if you notice, I can't get it out. My ratchet socket doesn't have that little rubber, I guess, holder. So I like to improvise. So I have this random little tool, broken, that I found in my garage, but it's magnetic, so check it out. Boom. Holy moly, this thing is destroyed. Yep, let me focus it. I mean, it's not bad, not good either, but these needed to be replaced. All right, let me go get the other 3 out in the front. Hey guys, what's up? It's Rami in editing mode once again. So I realized when I was editing this video, right now, me taking out all the spark plugs and all 6 cylinders, my camera decided to just, heat up and not record anything. So when I took the files over, it was just constantly spinning, and the actual video portion of itself just stopped. But pretty simple. You just have to loosen the spark plugs and remove them. Whether you have that socket with a little rubber housing in it to pull out the spark plug, or if you have some type of magnet, just pull it at the back end. You saw it in the first video, or that first spark plug I took out. But 3 in the front, 3 in the back, take out the spark plugs. That's really it. So sorry, I didn't get the video portion for this section, but you get to see my beautiful face and explain it. So if we want to measure the gap on the spark plug, we have our gap measuring tool. We're going to go with the bottom side at 20 thousandths of an inch, and we're just going to rotate around. It's going to get thicker as we move. So right here, we're at 38 thousandths of an inch. We want to get it to 44 thousandths, so right before 45, 0.045. So we'll take the hole in the gap tool, bend it, take it over the little U shape, and do just a very gentle bend. Take your time with this. You don't need to use a lot of power. We're not the Hulk here. We just want to get it to the right measurement. So we are now at 42 thousandths of an inch. Maybe just a little bit more to get it at that 44 thousandths. NGK, I know, another brand, they pre-gap them at 44 thousandths, so you have it dead nuts on there. So we are, you know what, we're pretty close to 44 thousandths, so I'm okay with this one. I'm just gonna keep gapping all of these until we get them all done. All right, so in this part of the video, we're putting the spark plug in the spark plug socket, and we're just gonna drop them down in there to each respectable cylinder. As you can see right here, I'm trying to avoid cross-threading, so I actually first turn the bolt counterclockwise or to the left until you feel it click into place, and then I turn it clockwise to the right to tighten. So here again, turning it counterclockwise, clicked it into place, and then I turn it clockwise so I do not cross thread. I recommend this for any type of thread, especially spark plugs, because you don't want to mess that up. So drop it in there, counterclockwise, feel it click, and then we're going to do it clockwise to tighten them up. And yeah, that's how you put them in there. So we're just going to tighten up the spark plugs now. Start to the far right, and I'm tightening them down. There probably is a torque spec. I think it's around 20 to 30 foot-pounds. But honestly, get it nice and snug. Give it about a quarter turn, and you're done. That's all you need to do. Tighten them down in there. Just keep screwing them in. Once you feel that resistance, again, a quarter tug. Make sure it's nice and tight, and you're good to go. Alright, so now we're going to put the coils back into each spark plug hole. In this job, if you're changing spark plugs and coils, this is where you put the new coils in. But my coils are fine, so you put them in the front three of the motor. Make sure they're in there, push them down as much as you can, but that 10mm bolt will help push them into the actual hole itself. Just a quick time lapse here, tightening them all down, and then clipping them. Bada bing, bada bang. 1, 2, 3. 3 down, 3 more to go. All right, so now we're in the rear of the motor. I am in the first spark plug hole in the rear, and I put the spark plug in there, and now I'm just tightening it up again. Get that nice, tight, snug, then quarter turn, and there's not a lot of clearance here to move with, so you're gonna have to play with things. I went to the middle spark plug. As you can see, I took one of the 3-inch extensions, and I'm bringing in the other 3-inch extension to put them both together because I couldn't fit both of them together. There was a clearance issue with the firewall. Again, I'm going counterclockwise to hit the top of the thread, and then threading it. Then I'm gonna thread it, all the way down. You can see here I'm fiddling with my hand to try to get it in there so I can put the ratchet onto the extension. And now I'm tightening up that spark plug. And just like that, she is all tight. Taking out the ratchet. Again, not a lot of room to play with. then taking out the extensions, and I was able to get it out all in one shot this time. And now we're moving to the third and final spark plug. So getting the socket with the extensions down in the hole, going counterclockwise, hearing that click, then going clockwise again. Don't want to cross thread, and we're just gonna tighten up that last spark plug. Not a lot of room. That third spark plug to the right in the rear, you have the most room actually in all three, but still you kind of got to work and maneuver in there, getting the ratchet in there, and gonna have a fun little moment here. All right, now it's time to put on the coils in the rear. Working to the far right, we got the coil in there. Now we're just gonna clip it in so we know it's all together, and we're gonna tighten down that 10mm bolt. Again, not a lot of clearance, you know the deal, but take your time, maneuver around all the small clearances, and you'll be able to get it. Boom, now it's time to bring in the coils. So we're fishing in the first coil in the rear, getting it on there, pushing it in, clipping it, tightening it down, done. So once again, I guess I lost footage on the middle spark plug in the rear, or the middle coil in the rear, but now I'm going on the third coil in this video. So I did do the middle coil in the rear of the motor, and this is the third and final coil that I have to put on my motor to finish up this job for the actual spark plugs and coils. So put the coil on, put that little 10mm nut on, and we're just gonna quickly tighten it down with our ratchet, and we're good to go. These only have to get tightened, hand tightened. No tighter than that. You don't want to over torque them because they're very, very thin. Now we're done with the coils and the spark plugs, so we're gonna put back that reservoir we removed in the beginning. There's a little nipple at the bottom of the coolant reservoir that goes into a little hole with the metal bracket behind it, 10mm socket, and you just tighten that thing back up so it's nice and snug, and so it's in there all tight. Now we just put on the little cap for the coolant reservoir. I like to double check, make sure they're all popped in there correctly. They all are. Now to reinstall the plastics. Once again, a flathead screwdriver will put this plastic housing over the motor. It's a nice little plastic housing. I really like it. And we're just going to put on the rest of the plastic housings that we removed in the beginning of this job to make sure we complete everything. Because as Mom taught us, always finish the job right, put away everything that you took out. So I'm going to put back all the plastic shrouds in the back to cover up the firewall, to cover up the power steering fluid, reservoir, some AC lines. You know, it makes it look nice too. So clipping it all in, you know how we're doing. Oh, what's up, guys? I'm speaking right now in editing mode because, you know, I can. This is my video. Boom, last plastic housing. Put it in there. We're good to go, baby.
Woo! I'm drenched. I'm sweaty, but we got the job done. That's all you need to know on how to replace spark plugs on your Acura, Honda, or any other product. I'll leave all the links in the description below for the spark plugs, for some of the tooling. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. I'm really tired. This really kicked my butt, but we got it done, and no more check engine light, no more misfire. Like, subscribe, share, you know what to do. I'm Rami, this is RQ's Garage. See you in the next time.